So sometimes when you're doing nature photography, you get an unexpected surprise and even a gift from above. And in this case, we're walking around and we find this pond that's back behind me. And when we stop and look at the pond, we realize about every 30 seconds, a largemouth bass jumps completely out of the water. They're trying to catch dragonflies, it looks like. So we grabbed our cameras and devised a strategy on how to photograph this. And stay tuned and we'll tell you how we got it accomplished. Again, we found this pond just by serendipity. I'm out with a friend of mine, and so we're out scouting some places to take pictures of in the future. And again, we just came across this pond here, and it's kind of unusual, all the bass that are jumping out of the water in it. And so our strategy is pretty simple. We got two cameras set up. One camera we've got aimed at a spot, at a static spot, trying to get pictures of bass jumping, the place we've seen active, and so it's rolling in slow motion. And then the other camera, Barry's hand holding, just trying to catch them in action as they jump from the water. So to be up front with you, this kind of photography is pretty hit and miss. Sometimes we may get some pictures, sometimes we may not. A good technique though is if you can focus on a single spot where you've been seeing fish jump from, and then go back to that spot to try to take pictures. You'll have to put your camera on manual focus, but manual focus on a spot. And then when they jump from there, you shoot at like F8 or F11 to get plenty of depth of field. And even though they're not right on that spot, if they're close, you'll get them in focus. Now watch your ISO, because to freeze the action, you got to have a fast enough shutter speed. So we think we figured out the strategy. So these dragonflies will feed right above the water. And when they hover above the water, that's when the fish will jump up and attack them. Now we've noticed too that there's a weed line here, and those dragonflies don't go over open water, they stay over the weeds. So apparently there's some kind of bug in there they're feeding on, and then when they do, the fish will jump out of the water and grab them. So we've been able to get a couple of pictures, but anyway, it's a lot of fun and it's good practice just to kind of work through the whole process of seeing a photo opportunity, doing the problem solving that you've got to do to try to figure out how you get a picture of it. And we're going to stay here for a little while longer. We got a lot of neat stuff to take pictures of here, but we're going to stay here for a little while longer and see if we can get that perfect picture of a bass catching a dragonfly as it jumps out of the water.